not every alter for someone who has dissociative identity disorder is human. We apparently have an animal alter. I'm J.A., we're the D.I.D system. Let's talk about it. So if you've been following us, you've probably heard that one of our alters, Caleb, in the inner world has a white tiger that just is his tiger. She's his. Her name's Alnilam, after the blue gas giant in Orion's belt. And yes, I know we're probably pronouncing that wrong. That's fine. That's her name. And we've not known, like, is she an alter? Is she like an NPC? We have had no clue. We know that she's there, that she protects him. Like, that's just, but what exactly that means, because no one is harming him in the inner world, we've had no idea. So, and to back up a titch, if you're new to the channel, the inner world is like the sandbox that the subconscious creates for the alters, the personalities, the parts that are conscious but not consciously aware of what is happening in the body. So if I am the alter in control of the body and Jenna is conscious and she's aware, she's co-conscious, she's paying attention to what we're doing. If she's conscious and she's not, she may be in the inner world, which for us looks like there's a large house on a hill with a forest and an ocean, and we all have rooms in the house. So wherever Caleb goes in the inner world, the tiger goes with him. But she's a tiger. Like, she doesn't talk, she's this fierce giant animal that goes where Caleb goes. So we've had no clue, because some systems who have non-human alters, the alter, even though it presents as an animal, will speak or act like a human sometimes, or will front. Alnilam does none of these things. She doesn't speak, she never acts like a human, she doesn't front. So, recently we've been having unusual body feelings that are connected with a recurring nightmare from our childhood. When we were exploring this in therapy, Alnilam, like, just her image just flashed on our in our mind, and so we knew she was connected, but we didn't know how. So the therapist suggested I invite her into the conference room, which is a great tool if you have parts. You can read about it in Healing the Fragmented Selves of Trauma Survivors. Neither here nor there, but it's a great tool. So inviting Alnilam into the conference room, trying to explore this, we had our first communication from her, but she doesn't speak. It was just kind of like dropped into us. So our therapist was like, pretty sure she's an alter. Next therapy session, we continue to explore that. Not only do we really think she's an alter, still not sure, but she's clearly involved in this dream and in the trauma that spawned the dream. It just really shows her involvement. So yesterday, Jenna is doing something and she has just information dropped, like during therapy, just like it's echoing in her being. So when we hear our alters speak in our mind, it's like thoughts thinking back and forth at each other, kind of like directly, whereas your thoughts might meander, like this is a thought thinking at another thought. Like, it's like a voice, but like you would say your own thoughts are the voice in your head. This is somebody else's voice in your head. It's not like that. I was talking with another system, the Alexandrite system, and we were talking about how it's like psychic, like, but not, because it's your own head, but it's not coming in like the other alters talking. And they had a similar experience with an alter. So having this information dropped, like not only did it come from, like, we're realizing that this is coming from Alnilam, so she is definitely an alter. Then outside of therapy, she's trying to communicate. It just looks different. And you would think when we have all these alters, we would know what communication from an alter looks like. But D.I.D is complex. The trauma that forms each system is unique. And so the alters form in response to those exact things. So each individual is going to have their own unique presentation of D.I.D. And even though there are some commonalities, like, there is no end to the variation of how this can look. So for us, it looks like we're getting communication from an alter in a way that even we have never had before. Even though we have plenty of experience with other alters in our system, this isn't a new experience receiving communication from, like, we're not like, oh gosh, no, there's another voice in our head. But now it's like redefining what communication from a part looks like. Even several years into knowing our system and to knowing what that usually is into therapy, it's still new and evolving. So it is official. Alnilam is an alter. She communicates differently. She definitely is protecting Caleb, maybe even protecting the rest of us from stuff that even we aren't aware of yet. So that's the update. There's going to be plenty of dogs in the outtakes. I'll catch you later. Actually like dogs. Alright, one of the things that makes a stodgy old alter smile. Mom, all done. Mom, work now. One of them got the message. She's walking away. The other one is booping me with her nose. I'm J.A. We're the D.D.N.O system. Let's talk about it. Now you fucking go. All right. Okay. So if you have followed the drawn out, what want? Dog. Yes, Rosie. Those in the inner world, that there's a dog trying to get me to play, and she just pressed play, and now it's not happening. Okay. Play later. Mom, play later. All the outtakes.